overdose vapes. Keep your wicks wet and your coils tight. If you're looking for new flavors and all about the clouds, bro, filling up a clear road, we're dripping on the sub. On reviews for that juice while Trav and Josh host. View it on YouTube and prepare for overdose.
Hello, Overdose family. Here it is, Ep 4.
Obese mode.
Obese mode, back in your face, stupid style. Today is all gonna be, it's because of Colleen Thompson. I can speak.
Colleen Thompson.
Colleen Thompson.
Colleen Thompson.
Last week we had a Q&A kind of thing, and she asked a broad question about maybe doing something for beginners. That's what we're doing today. This is all for the beginners. So if you're an intermediate vapor, you can stick around and just see if your opinions are with ours and watch it. But this is mainly for the beginner, just trying to get into vaping, quitting smoking, that kind of
If
thing.
you're an intermediate, don't leave. This is going to be a discussion about vaping.
Yeah, for sure.
So don't like think that it's just pertaining to only new people, because we know a lot of you guys that are watching are not new people. But it's going to be a discussion about vaping. I think you should stick around, because I think that we're gonna touch on a lot of things that maybe we're gonna agree on, maybe we're not gonna agree on, things that maybe you can chime in on in the comments.
Yeah.
This is gonna be an all-inclusive kind of deal. It is gonna be focused on how, what to expect when you're starting to vape, things that we recommend.
Yep. Aimed at the beginner, man.
Aimed at the beginner.
We are always trying to get more people vaping.
Yep.
You know, who wants to keep this for themselves when they can share it, help people get healthier, and there it is.
Yep.
And enjoy a fucking amazing hobby, straight up.
And you might learn how to kind of be more evangelical in your vape day-to-day
help
vaping,
other people
helping
out.
other people. Yeah,
Ways that we can all kind of help others out.
absolutely.
Straight up. If you get a weird look, let them know what you're doing. So next time they don't have to get somebody a weird look. Who knows? We'll get into it. What are you vaping on? For us?
I am vaping on
What?
Supremacy's Rumulate,
Imagine that.
and it's on I got it on this is a 4-wrap fused Clapton on my Mako on the SX Mini M.
Boom, there it is. I'm on the motherfucking IPv4 with the Goblin filled up with Wastegate by Boosted. It's a raspberry cheesecake.
Not too shabby.
Shout out Shane Hitchcock. He actually talked me into it yesterday, so I got it, and I'm loving it.
Oh, Shane.
So that's what I'll be vaping on throughout the obese vlog.
I'll probably be switching it up with some other stuff, but
Change
whatever.
it up, bro.
We'll let you know.
We're also at your house.
That's right.
Ha ha!
All right. So let's dig right into this. We're not gonna try to do an hour-long video like last time. But
If you
we're
see,
gonna,
and
we're
if
gonna
you see
do
us
it.
looking at our phones, it's because we have like an outline. We have some talking points, and then we're gonna go off our head with that. So.
Yep.
So the intro, we just did it, man. That was it.
That was the intro.
Yeah. So safety, health benefits. Let's kick it off.
Okay. Safety in what sense?
Well, in what they can expect, health wise and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Which we can't guarantee you because everybody's different, but we can speak for ourselves. I know that I had extreme asthma issues when I was smoking, and since I've completely quit smoking and just been vaping, they have almost gone away. And I think any issues that I do have with my lungs, like in the morning or anything, is mainly probably due to medical marijuana more than vaping itself. And it's been great for me. It's been fucking great.
I didn't really deal with as much asthma. I did actually occasionally use an inhaler, but I gotta be honest. When I first started vaping, there were certain juices that would trigger my asthma.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I would have to use them, use inhalers more. I haven't had that in probably 2 years.
Yeah.
But when that was one of the things when I first started. Some of the juices I was vaping weren't of the highest quality, and there was something in there that did definitely trigger my asthma. So, that's one piece of advice I would say when you're first starting, at least, especially when you're first starting, try to get you don't have to like spend $30 on a 30, but try to get something like mid-level, something like Charlie Noble.
Yeah.
Something that's going to have a really good flavor, but also good ingredients.
Good ingredients, not a lot of throat hit. Charlie Noble's a really good company for beginners.
I think it's gonna make you stick around in the long run
Yeah.
if you're vaping a juice that is of a higher quality.
And really, if you're just about to get into it, consider yourself lucky, man, because it's a perfect time for a beginner. Because there's great cheap juices out there. There's great cheap hardware out there for you guys. When we came in, it was really a tough time. You were stuck with your ego twists and getting these little poofs to clouds and hoping that was going to keep you going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, another thing, if you're still smoking and you're going to e-cigs part time, it is going to be tough. Like you're going to feel like you got a cough, and that's because the cilia are these little hairs in your lungs, and smoking kind of keeps them down.
Mm-hmm.
And so once you do make the transition and you're smoking a lot less, vaping will be way better on your lungs. But at first it'll feel like, oh my god, I can't do that, because your lungs are used to smoke, right? And this is vapor. It's a lot different.
See, and not everybody's going to go through that. I personally, I don't ever remember having a period where I was like coughing a lot. But there are people definitely that when they try to make the transition to vaping, it is hell for them. They'll cough and cough and cough.
Oh, every smoker that I've ever had take a puff off my e-cig has cough. It's just because it's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I probably got the fucking wattage up way too high for it.
Yeah. But there's like Josh said, there's so many opportunities to have good devices now for a cheap price. You could even try out a bunch of different things. Right here in my hands, I got this is the K-Box. You can find these for less than $20 now, and you can actually find these paired with the sub-tank.
So before he's going a little far for you beginners. The two components of any kind of e-cigarette is a battery and like a tank or an atomizer.
Yeah.
Right? See, they don't know what a fucking K-Box is. So this is a battery. The bottom part is going to be a battery. This is just a battery, right? And then this is your atomizer, which I know that doesn't make any sense right now. But that's the thing that's going to give you the vapor. That's where your coils are. But so what you're showing them a battery, right? This is like the bottom, the battery part. And this is a tank, but this is also just a battery. So you're going to need two parts, right? Now we can talk about some of the parts that you can get. Some batteries, some tanks.
I think if we're gonna go that to where we're going to go talk about batteries and stuff like that.
Well, we have to.
These things are, you might as well just forget about this kind of stuff. You're going to want to find something that has a battery built into it.
Yeah.
Something like this is an Ego 1 is what the name of this is. This is going to have your tank and your battery built into one device.
Yeah, that's what you're going to want to start with.
If you are watching this video and you have zero idea about anything, then you definitely need to start with a device that has everything built into it. You can go to your local vape shop. They're going to be able to tell you things that like the Ego 1, where you have all of the things you need to vape in one package.
Yeah, that's your best bet, because then you're just pouring juice in and going.
Yeah.
Instead of having to, okay, well, which atomizer am I going to use? Yeah. So yeah, the Ego 1 is fucking. How much is this?
It's like $40, I think.
Dude, this is perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish when we began they had something like this, dude, because you get clouds out of that.
Yeah, definitely.
And look how little and fucking cute it is.
And the thing about the Ego 1 is that it's going to come with different options. When you're using a device like this, you're going to have coils. What coil is a piece of wire that's wrapped into a coil shape, and it will heat up from the power of the battery. And that heating up of the coil is what's going to vaporize the juice.
Yep.
This comes with a couple different styles of coil. One that's going to give you a lot of vapor, and one that's going to give you less vapor.
More flavor.
More flavor,
yeah.
and it's a tighter draw, more like a cigarette. Where the other one is going to give you more of like a loose, like more airy kind of draw. Something more like what Josh is using right now.
You just kind of breathe in, like a joint, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to like a cigarette. Where,
yeah. And nowadays, this is 2015. We're towards the end of 2015 here. The majority of devices that you're going to see are going to be the kind that have a lot of airflow. Yeah. But if you are looking, if you're just now stopping smoking and you want a device that's similar to that, then you're going to want to have something that has like a higher ohm coil, like the Ego 1 with its 1.2 ohm coil.
The higher ohm coil.
The higher ohm coil is going to mean a tighter draw and more of like a cigarette experience.
Yeah, and that's so hard because there's so much shit for beginners.
Yeah.
What to expect, that, beginning hardware and juices, so we kind of went through that.
Yep.
The Ego 1, I think that's literally a perfect fucking thing for somebody for $50.
I only recommend the Ego One.
That's-
If you're right now, you don't know anything about vaping, you want to get into it, just go buy the Ego One. You literally, all you have to do is fill this part up with juice.
yeah,
And
it's
go.
its own tank. It's its own everything.
It's its own everything, and it has its own battery built in. You can charge it with a USB charger. It comes
just like
with
a cell phone.
just like a cell phone. It
Yeah.
comes with its own charger, so you have nothing to worry about there.
Easy peasy.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and then you're gonna probably move on at some point, but that's. I mean, to get going and to get yourself off cigarettes, that's gonna give you enough vapor. And it's gonna give you enough.
Yeah, and you can watch other videos to when you get past this point. But I think that if we're gonna stick right now with beginners, I think this is
That's-
probably the best starting point for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Misty got that, I almost wished I could restart being a beginner so I can get it.
Yeah.
I'm probably still gonna get one.
Those both
Look at
pads,
that
you
thing,
can get
bro.
you get a 0.5 coil for it, and
Yeah.
a 0.5 ohm coil, and it's gonna give you a comparable vapor to something like this or that.
Yeah, and I mean if you're a beginner, you buy this, right? Then all you got to do, you got to buy the coils. You will have to buy the coils
Yep.
online or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or at your local shop, and juice, right? So let's get into juice.
Get into juice.
Juice is what has your nicotine in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's what's going to go to your wicking implement within your coils and heat up and make your vape. That's what the juice is.
Yeah.
So Charlie Noble, that's a good one. I think,
Yeah.
and maybe we can put some links at the bottom.
Definitely will be some
Something like-
links. Yeah.
Something like Charlie Noble and
Absolutely.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
What milligram should they start? I always figured if you're going straight from smoking, 12. 12 seems.
I'd say buy 12 and 6 and see what's most
Yeah.
comfortable for you, because sometimes 12 can increase that cough effect.
Yeah, the 7. If you're using one of these, between 12 and 6, really. I
Yeah.
mean, because some people are going to need 12. It depends on how much you're smoking, probably a day. If you're over a pack, maybe 12.
Yeah.
If you're under a pack, maybe 6.
And it just depends. I think that you should buy both and see what's most comfortable for you to vape.
That's a good idea.
Because there's no limit on how much you can vape. If you got 6 and you feel like you need more nicotine, you can continue to vape.
Take some more puffs.
Take some more puffs. I think that what's most comfortable is going to be the most important deciding factor.
And 6 might be right, because when it's new, when you're getting one of these in the mail or whatever, and you go home, you're gonna want to fucking puff on it constantly because it's fun, right? I mean, it's different. You want to taste it, and
Yeah.
So you might want both. Once you get used to the 6, you might go up to 12 when you're at work because you're only taking 5 puffs every few hours.
Yeah.
So that's kind of 6 to 12.
Yeah.
I would stay away from 18.
I would stay away from 18. I would buy both 6 and 12 and just see where you end up on the spectrum.
And if they're the same flavor, you could always mix them. You could always,
Yeah.
That'll come in our later videos.
I would say too, if you're looking to buy this, I would go to your local. If you have a local vape store, I would go in there and say, look, I know what I want. I want the Ego One. And if they're able to accommodate you, that's fine, because it's always nice to have somebody that you can go and kind of shoot ideas off of.
Yeah.
Local brick and mortar stores often will let you try juice before you buy it, so it's always good to go there first. But if they do not have what you want, don't settle for other products.
Yeah.
Especially when you're new, because it will throw you off and it will make you it will discourage you from vaping.
Yeah.
So I would say definitely Ego One. Buy it online if you have to. Places like eCiggity, places like 101 Vape. I will leave links in the description.
Yeah. Safe places.
Safe places. You want to get this. Trust me.
And you can always hit us up, ask us questions. After the fact, after this vlog.
Yeah.
Go to the Facebook group, join that. Ask anybody in there. You're gonna get tons of answers, and yeah. So
Yeah.
What else do we have, Travis? How to vape? What are the differences? Yeah, I mean, like Travis said, when you're first starting, you might want to go mouth to lung, which is like, right? With one of these setups, it's not going to be that way, really. But with the Ego, like you said, with the larger own coil, you could kind of do a mouth to lung, and it would feel like smoking a little
This
bit.
has right now. It has the I think it's a 1.2 ohm coil in it, and it's going to be mouth to lung. I'll do it for you. See this?
It's not weird.
It's not
It's not
wigged.
wigged,
It's
is it?
not wigged right, but because I just put it in. But
Yeah, that's going to keep you from smoking. Oh, shit.
I mean, for sure. And this is the 1.2 ohm coil. I would highly recommend using the 0.5 ohm coil for this. I think that's when it really shines.
Yeah.
The 0.5 ohm coil that we have for this is burnt out right now, but even the 1.2 ohm coil, I think that especially if you're just starting, this is going to keep you interested. It
Sure.
is.
That thing's badass.
For a 1.2 ohm coil,
Yeah.
can't beat it. So,
And there's no telling what kind of juice is in there or whatever. But.
no, exactly.
Yeah. Ego 1, that thing's a fucking beast. So the differences in smoking and vaping, well, there's all kinds of different juices that are going to give you all kinds of different sensations in your throat and in your, in your lungs, but it is different. You don't expect it to be the same.
No.
I mean, that's good advice. Just don't expect it to be exactly the same.
It's not going to give you the same feeling, but
No.
here's where it works. It's giving you some kind of smoke looking,
Stimulant, yeah,
visually,
Right.
you're blowing out smoke.
right.
And that works wonders with the mind.
It
It
really
really
does.
does.
Yeah.
You're getting the nicotine, which is fine, but you can also get the nicotine from the patch or whatever.
Right.
But nothing else gives you that simulated smoking experience.
right.
And that's where vape works. I've tried every other alternative. I've tried the Chantix.
Yeah.
I've tried the gum. I've tried the patches. Nothing satisfied me. But as soon as I got vaping, and I
You're
had that
using your
simulated,
hands,
yeah,
you're doing. I mean, it
I had
feels
that.
like smoking.
I had that
sometimes.
simulated smoking experience, and it worked.
Yeah.
And it has continued to work for me.
Yeah. Just don't expect it to be exactly the same.
No.
Yeah. Because you're trying to get away from that anyway. And with the juices, it just depends on if you want to keep going with the tobacco. But most people want to get away from it.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
people do.
Most people think that they're gonna like the tobacco juices when they first start,
Yeah.
but in all reality, I wouldn't start there. I would start with something that sounds more appealing to you, like on an edible level,
Right.
like fruits or desserts,
Fruits.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna do like we talked about Charlie Noble, they have some really good RY4s that will give you a little bit of that savoriness without the tobacco.
And an
you
RY,
know?
an RY4
Yeah.
it's a tobacco. It is also mixed with caramel and vanilla,
Good shit.
and it's good. And I think Charlie Noble has the best in the industry. So
Easy. Yeah. Easy. That's good. Coil building.
For this
No, I
particular
just
video, I would
skip
say
it.
that if you're gonna start with something like the Ego 1, you don't even need to worry about coil building.
Yeah.
And if that is something that you're interested in, there are millions of videos online.
Very true.
And also on our channel, I have a coil building 101 video where I teach you everything from straightening Kanthal to building basic coils to building advanced coils. So they're out there, including on our channel.
And we're gonna do more videos on that kind of stuff
Yeah.
as we move along.
Yeah, absolutely.
And finding support, huh? So it's not easy to quit smoking, especially when you've been doing it for years and years. It's just it seems natural to you. You wake up, you have a cigarette. It's part of your life. It's
And
part
a lot
who
of people
are.
you know probably smoke.
They probably still smoke. Maybe even your wife. Maybe even your husband. Who knows? But there's tons of places to get support. There really is.
Yeah.
Our Facebook group being one of them. Like we have a lot of beginners that go in there and ask questions, and they don't get ran out of there because they don't know nothing. We got
Yeah.
a lot of really
No.
patient,
Yeah.
cool people.
Our group I think, is probably one of the safest places to go if you're a new vapor and you're looking for support.
And we've heard that time and time again. That's just not us saying that, but we've heard that.
Yeah.
A lot of different places.
I agree.
You can always reach out to one of us. We have no problem with that.
Yeah.
We love to support people getting into vaping.
Yeah.
We really do.
I have no problem answering any questions that you might have.
Yeah,
Totally,
We love to
totally.
share our positive experiences with people.
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So there is support out there, and there's millions of other groups. If you don't want to be in our group, that's fine. But there's tons of support out there.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Just reach out to people.
But be careful. I mean, in some other groups, I have seen people be pretty negative towards new vapors.
Yeah.
Just be careful who you trust when you're first starting off, because some people will lead you down the wrong path.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. And then that's about it. Outro parting thoughts.
Yeah.
Kind of what we're gonna do moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're thinking about turning this. This was a vlog this time. We used our vlog to kind of do this intro to vaping
Yeah.
101, kind of let you guys know, the new people know what to expect and kind of where to go, some first steps.
The components
Yeah.
that you're gonna need, you know.
But we're thinking about turning this into a regular series where we'll have a different topic where we teach kind of new vapors something new about vaping.
Yeah.
Separate from the vlog. The vlog is going to continue to be our thoughts on vaping, our you know, personal experiences and hardware stuff and all that, you know, what you come to expect from our vlog. But this time we thought it was important just to kind of, as a follow-up to our Q&A.
Get down to the basics.
Yeah, get down to the basics for some people.
Yeah.
I think it's important.
Always new people. I mean, there's people beginning vaping every day.
Yeah.
And quitting smoking, and that's fucking great.
And just know that you're not alone. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, this is a new thing. This is only a few
Absolutely.
years old at this point, you know.
Very new. Yep.
So don't be intimidated. We're all in the same boat, basically.
And it works.
It does.
It
work.
works. You know what I mean? Give it a shot. It works.
And yeah, moving forward, we're going to talk about next week on the vlog. I'm getting some titanium wire.
Yeah.
I've used it a little bit, so has Josh. This is, from my experience, the closest to regular Kanthal while still being a temperature-controlled device.
Right.
So we're looking forward to that. So next week we're going to talk a little bit about our experiences with nickel wire, with the titanium wire.
Temp control, baby.
We're going to talk temp control next time.
Straight
It's
up.
going to be awesome.
Very cool.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Join that Facebook group, especially beginners. We'd love to have you.
Yep.
Go to Overdose Vapes Facebook group. Hit join.
Yep.
We'll let you
Sean, Dane, your stuff is on the mail.
It's going down.
It's going down. Jonathan, same with you. Chris, you don't get to come. You don't get nothing in the mail because you came and picked it up from my house.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody saw that, but we had a
I
mini
saw the little
fucking
group.
a mini OD meet and greet, just me and Chris. So. All right, people. Until next time, please keep your coils tight.
And keep your wicks wet. Till
Peace.
next time.
Peace out.